And hi YouTube, and welcome to another episode of It's Easy Until There's Coffee. It's your friend Oscar Enriquez here today. And today's topic of the day is practice makes perfect. Now, I remember when I started doing these vlogs, I just edited them. I didn't even edit them. I just uploaded them through my phone. I just straight Facebook, straight YouTube, and that was it. But then I started, looking at more bloggers, and I'm like, you know what, they edit their videos, so let me get into the hang of this. So I started editing my videos, and the first couple of things I started doing was just clipping and clipping and clipping here and clipping there. And then, as practice kept going, I started getting better at it, and, soon enough, I was adding pictures, sound effects, and everything to my YouTube videos. And it's not only practice like that, but, as in training as well. I said this story back in the day before when my first couple of vlogs, how I started about going to the gym. When I was a freshman, I was 95 pounds, believe it or not, scrawny little kid, really scrawny, yep. And so what happened was this girl called me scrawny, so I'm like, oh hell no, I have to do something about it. So what I did is during that summer, I started working out and everything, so I gained about 10-15 pounds, so I was at 105, 110 at sophomore year. And then sophomore year came by, and in my high school, we could choose, what I wanted to do in gym class. So, as bad as I wanted to play soccer, I love playing soccer, but I knew I needed to do something about it. I needed to change. So I decided to take strength and conditioning. Now, with strength and conditioning, I gained about 35-45 pounds of muscle. So now from being freshman year to being about 95 pounds to now being 145-130 pounds of muscle, or not muscle, just 135 pounds. So now weighing at 145. That also it just takes motivation, and it takes motivation to keep practicing. Not only that, but in network marketing as well. When I started network marketing, I didn't know the presentation. I didn't know the presentation at all. So, I had help from, my sapphires and rubies and diamonds and above to come out and help me do the presentation for me until I got the hang of it. And then once I started doing presentations, soon enough, after a couple of months, I was doing 3 presentations, 1 presentation a day. So, practice makes perfect. No matter what happens, during the road to success, you are going to fail a bunch of times. You might go through a couple of cameras. You might go through a couple of presentation books. So, no matter what happens, you keep going. And soon enough, that hard work's going to pay off. So in the road to success, you're just gonna fail a lot of times. So you have to just get up and keep doing it again, because there's gonna people who are gonna want you to fail. Trust me, I've seen those people. There are gonna be people who are just staring at you, just wanting you to fail. But that motivates me, because I just love it to prove people wrong. In the instance, ever since I was a little kid, I've loved challenges. When somebody tells me that hasn't been done before, guess what? That leaves me a chance to do it myself for the first time and be the first one to do it. I love challenges. When people tell me it's not possible, it's impossible, or something like that, I love it, because it motivates me to keep doing it and try to do it again. I do what I love, and I love challenges. So just keep staying motivated, you guys. Motivate yourself by your haters. Don't hate, appreciate. So I love doing what I do, you guys. Just if you want to do something, you want to try something new, because this is something new for me. I never really imagined myself vlogging. That's what I like about being an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you open yourself doors. I never thought myself being wealthy, but I started reading books like Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, and things like that. So that kind of opened up my mind. It changed my mentality into being poor, into being wealthy mentality. So if you want to try something out new, just do it. It doesn't hurt to try. You're always gonna have haters, so just if you guys want to do something, just do it. That's all I had to say for today. So practice makes perfect, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and see you guys in the next one. All right. Hey guys, if you guys liked the video and you guys want to see the behind the scenes and the bloopers, click on me, or around this video is going to be a highlight with a link to it. And if you guys want to see the last video or my last vlog, is going to be up here, so click right up here, and see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.